Shiba Army, Shiba holders, and all you SHIB believers like me. I've got something special for y'all right now, and this right here is actually another excerpt of a video that I'm going to be posting of why you should be buying cryptocurrency. So before we get into that or talk about that and such, don't forget to like, subscribe, watch all the business building and other Shiba videos on the channel. And let's get into this one now. The history and evolution of money. As you can tell right here, how did everything start? It started with here, I will trade you a fish for a vase. I will trade you 3 chickens for a goat. Whatever it is, going back thousands and thousands of years. That's how things happened. That's how people exchanged things and got what they wanted, or maybe got something done. Then we moved into commodity money, where maybe something might cost, let's say you wanted something, they're like, okay, now let's actually start figuring this out. Let's create a system. This will be like 1 bag of barley, 1 bag of frijoles, of beans or rice or whatever it could be. It was a commodity. You had to have something that they equated to the value of something else. Then we moved into metal money, and that's talking about like gold and silver, trade silver, I don't know what they, the coins and such, because obviously there were, the blacksmiths or whoever it was back in the day would make these coins, and then they would say, okay, you did 1 day's labor, you get whatever this silver, this gold is, and so on, and that's how you would exchange it and such. Then we got into paper money. Obviously, if you're in the United States, you're looking at the dollar bill, U.S. tender from the Federal Reserve. Now, obviously, you go to different countries like Mexico, it might be it is the peso. Depending on where you go, they have their own currency. Now, keep in mind, not all of this happened the same year, but this is pretty much the flow because other countries and territories and continents and obviously and such, they adopt what others are doing. So then this thing went to plastic money. And what we mean by plastic money is like, hey, when you go to the grocery store, you no longer even have to use cash. You can use this thing called a debit card, a credit card, and for all of y'all at a rough time in your life, a food stamp card, EBT, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Plastic money. So all of that plastic money is really, stop and think about it, digital money, right? Digital money is basically money that you quote unquote have, but you never even physically see it, like the gold, the dollar bill, commodities, whatever it is. It's something you have that's stored somewhere on a computer at a bank, right? You're assuming your money's there. You just know my job gave me $1,200 for this week of pay, and it's in my bank now, right? Well, that's what you assume, but you see your balance. So what's the next frontier now? The next frontier is cryptocurrency. Stop and think about this. Cryptocurrency is the next frontier. Now, obviously they're trying to make Bitcoin the world, the most recognized crypto in the world, where anywhere you go, they have to accept Bitcoin. Depending on where you're at in the country, there are grocery stores now where you can buy Bitcoin. Maybe even you can pay in Bitcoin. I'm not really sure yet, but for all of us Shiba heads, Shiba believers, whether you're only investing in Shiba or many other cryptos as me, my personal favorite is Shiba. This is the future. It's already being adopted by many major corporations, but obviously it is something that will give it 5-10 years. It will become the new norm. Now, we still have people, don't get me wrong, that like to buy and sell silver, or they collect gold and silver, or, obviously paper money, depending on the kind of work that you do, or depending on where you are in the world. Maybe paper money is the biggest thing. But ultimately, the world will catch up. Cryptocurrency will become the standard, really. Could be 5 years, could be 10 years from now. But you have to invest now. Shiba is my personal favorite, but that does not mean that you have to neglect the others. Do not neglect the other cryptos. Shiba is my personal favorite because I like their business model. So let's make Shiba go to the moon. Drop a comment, drop a like, drop what you think. If you're a SHIB Army, let me hear ya.